Alright guys, this is another video with the HDP 50. We got a buffer tube on here. Last video I tried, we had a malfunction with the brass barrel, so I couldn't really get a proper reading off that. Yeah, anyways, so this is a different HDP. They're both Gen 1s. Actually, one of them's, yeah, Gen 1. One's a Gen 1, one's a Gen 2, so they're pretty much they're before the crimped ones, so they're the good valves. Yeah, I got my extended magazine on this one. As you can see in there, we got about, I don't know, a dozen steel bearings. But this thing's an air peg. It's not going to get through that now. I have larger tanks for it. I also have larger tanks now, so. Yeah, basically this is just a home defense 24 setup. We got an Umarex TAC carbine on here. You guys have seen this. I've showed this off many times. It's many different builds. Very versatile little kit. So many things you can do with it. So many opportunities and builds. Small, short, rifle setups, whatever you want. Anyways, we got this, the buffer tube stock, CTR stock. It's an air through. So we got the 1/8 MPT fittings in here. And then it plugs right into the stock here. The stock tube. I got this drilled out for an extra air plenum or air chamber. Just to add a little kick to it. We got a degassing mercury rise on off. Sorry, not on off, a degasser piercing switch. It works for HPA, not for CO2. It doesn't pierce, but it does make a seal and it will degas your gun. But if you want to use CO2, then you can't use this. You gotta go back to the Umarex one. I think Umarex makes one of these now, so I'm not sure if they'll fit in the old gens yet, but I'm just waiting to get my hands on one. We got a Home Defense 24 suppressor, or yeah, they're moch suppressors. It's the foam baffle suppressor. Let me see. Yeah, we got the tuning run barrel, of course, with one extension on here. And then my favorite red dot, and then just a normal PEQ box, a PEC box, I call them, whatever. And yeah, that's it. We got a Laser Max Spartan laser strobe light. Not gonna be really needing that. It helps, but yeah, let's see what happens, guys. Just want to do a quick power test. Okay, so shooting down range at that barrel. Oh yes, of course. We are shooting 1100 PSI HPA. So just screwing this tank in now. All right. Yeah, we'll turn the crony on here and we'll see what we can pull off with this. Gas it up. All right. 429. 420. 427. 418. 417. 413. Whoa, let's see. We have shot out half of our air with those shots. So to 3,000, we're down to 1,400 PSI now. 423. 413. We are down to 1100 psi now. 416. 409. We're dropping now under our psi pressure. So yeah, that's where we're gonna need a bigger tank. But anyways, I can feel the shots getting weaker and weaker. We are at, I don't know, looks like we're just under 500 psi. So these are gonna start falling out the barrel soon. Oh, I'm empty. I ran out of shots. Anyways, so yeah, my laser here. Here. You can see we're empty. Actually, you can't see because of the tank. Let me just degas this. I'll shut this off. There. There, now we're safe. Okay, so screw the tank off. And as you can see, hang on. See if I can get this up in here. Here, hold on. That was a full tank, and that's what we got with this power plenum we're down to. One section of tuning run. Okay, yeah, look, see? You can see all the balls are gone. Oh, not a very good sight. Okay, hang on here. Let's get a reading. So I think it was 420 was our high. Pretty consistent shots though. Wow. Up until we got under our PSI set pressure. All these being very powerful shots. So yeah, we got down to 409, 416. You can see where we're dropping. Okay, so 423. All very close and consistent shots. So 427 would have been our highest. 420s, 429. Actually, 429 looks like. Okay, so yeah, 429 is our highest. 429. I'm gonna check this out. Wow, guys, 71 joules. Wow. All right, let me take this camera off here. 8 gram steel bearings. So yeah, we're about the same size barrel. We got, because of the malfunction in our last test with the HDP, we only got 62 joules. 62 or 63 or 64, I can't remember. But we had a barrel misfunction, so that tells me a lot of air went leaking out the side of the detent there, because as soon as that barrel detached, it's just open. So now half your air will go down the barrel, half the air will go out where it opened, where it's separated. But anyways, yeah, so 427, 424, we got a couple high jumps, and then we were right around like a 417 average kind of thing. But I'm surprised we pulled off that many shots. We got about 12 good shots. And before our tank went down to this. And even that last shot was what? Hold on, let me see. What was that last shot? 369. So yeah, we're still above 40 joules. Way above on the last shot. I think 260 is around 25 joules. We're at 360. So yeah, we're way above that. Yeah, these 50 caliber bearings, they do some crazy damage, man, compared to those 68 calibers. Like if you're using 60 joules, a 68 caliber, that's as high as I would go for defense, because after that, that's just bone shattering power. Like even 40 joules directly on a bone, Like if you hit someone in the wrist with 40 joules, or the cheek, the chin, right on the knuckles or the fist, you're going to destroy their hand. I mean, just look at all the things I've shot in my videos and all the times I've hit myself in the body, and then I had all that thick clothing on. I couldn't imagine taking that 38 joule directly to a rib without all that thick padding and armor I had on, pretty much. So, yeah, man, once you guys get to that 40 joule mark, start passing that, that's going to start breaking bones. But anyways, guys, yeah, just a comparison on this. This is just one section of tuning run. I think with a high, like average, that's around 55 joules. Without this power plenum, it is around average 55, give or take. Actually, no, that's around the HDR. So this one here is, yeah, the HDR and HDP I found without all the major setups, just long barrels and HPA, is only around a couple joules difference. But once you're getting up in the high power, I mean, I have other videos that show different variations, and that's why I said these Umarex numbers are, and these air guns, once you start playing around with air chambers and stuff, numbers just jump, and everything changes. The whole marker changes, and the way it performs, it becomes an air pig, and it becomes very extremely powerful. Especially if you don't have a crony and you're doing all these mods and you don't know what you're doing. You don't want to be hitting somebody with a lethal marker, man, because, I mean, if you're allowed to, all the power to you. If I was allowed to go lethal, trust me, I'd have an M4 chambered in 308 sitting here in my house. And then a couple 45s stashed around on each floor. But yeah, we can't do that, so we can't kill the person. We're not even allowed to be using our hands, but let me tell you, I'd rather deal with the courts than have somebody steal or kill my family, so, you know what I mean? If I can run him out with a few round balls non-lethal, that's good. Chances are he's not calling the cops. Otherwise, he's going to jail for burglary, the retard. Anyways, yeah, guys, we got, there's the results. Basically 71, rounded off, 72 joules. 8.4 gram steel bearings. That's pretty crazy for just a short little setup like this. You don't need the suppressor. Like, you can baffle these up and make them really quiet, like a lot quieter than they come. But the laws are really gray on these two, man. Like, no silencers allowed. But we do have air guns that sell them in stores, and shops legally sell them on air guns that shoot under 500 FPS. So basically the law states you cannot have any silencer or attempt to silence or quiet any type of firearm. This is not a firearm. So the law does not apply to this. Now, that's the law being gray and stuff. I mean, police could still charge you if they wanted to be dicks and seize everything you got, and then you got to go fight your case and get a lawyer and 10 grand for a lawyer. It gets crazy. Then you got to go fight it and argue it just to get it all back. And then it's hell. Anyways, just saying, check your laws, guys, before you modify these. Like, the police, we already know it's not possible for them. When someone kicks your door in, you cannot call them and have them come. You won't even make it to your phone in most cases. They'll be all over you if you try to grab a phone. But, yeah, so you have to, you either let them do what they want to you guys and your family, or you do something to make a stand and you stop them. And I'd rather deal with the law after and explain what I had to do, because you guys couldn't do it for me. But anyways, that's a whole other matter, guys. HDP 50. This is a Gen 1 magnet detents. Gregor O'Mara's detent from East Coast Less Lethal. We got the tuning runs. Home Defense 24. We got their moch, their suppressor they sell. We got their HPA adapter. It's actually an HDB 68 adapter. The length fits perfectly in here. And yeah, we got this is a Killhouse bumper tube and CTR stock. It's around 39 Canadian dollars, 35. It's an extra 10 with the stock. It's not a mil spec. I said it was a mil spec, but it's not. I had to actually grind the bumper tube. Now I can fit all mil spec stocks on it. I just took a sanding disc and I kind of went over a little bit. And yeah, now it'll fit anything. But yeah, guys, we got a nice increase off this. Just with a little bit of drilling. I mean, from the tip of the threads where it starts on this tube, I drilled back about 2.7 inches with a 15 32s drill bits. So it's about 11.9 millimeters wide diameter. And that's the big hole I put in. That's where I'm getting all the kick in all these videos you see. Like we're getting as high as 25 joules in certain markers, 23 joules in other markers. I'm not sure the difference in this one. So 55 to 71. Yeah, that's about a 22, no, 72. So about, yeah, it's about a 21, 22 joule increase as well in this marker. And it's very consistent. If you drill these out too far, you'll lose power. I don't know why, but actually, yeah, I do know why. The pin and bolt, sorry, the valve tip, it's got a little tiny 6 millimeter hole and a 6 millimeter pin that goes in and out every time you pull the trigger, sealing it. So if that opening was wider and we had a bigger pin going in, well, it would have let a lot more of that air out in one quick release versus spreading it out in a long release. So the bead, by the time it does its long release, the BB's already gone out the barrel, and then all the other pressure comes out behind it. That's not helping the BB. You want all that to dump, boom, and just one big quick flush. So like the what do you call it? The Air Force Texan. Like that whole tank, what do you get? Like 3 shots for a whole tank, and it's just empty. That's why you get like, I don't know what it is, 500 joules, 1,100 joules or whatever. That thing's crazy powerful. It's like 600 foot-pounds, 800 foot-pounds. And these here, max, I got them to about 105 foot-pounds. So yeah, there's a big difference. And it all comes down to that, how you got your air chambers and plenums and your valve tips. But anyways, I'm kind of rambling on here, guys. Y'all stay safe, take care, and have fun, as always.